One of my favorite scenes from The Matrix was when Neo went to see the Oracle and he found a little boy bending a spoon with his mind. That's one of my favorite scenes. He gave Neo the spoon and said, "Do not try to bend the spoon. That is impossible. Instead, only try to realize the truth." And Neo asked him, "What truth?" And he said, "There is no spoon." I don't think people understand the profundity of that statement. There is no spoon. And you'll realize that it is not the spoon that bends, it's your mind. People don't realize how profound that statement is. If you can understand how profound that statement is, and if you can understand the philosophy behind that statement, it can help you a lot in your life. Like, you can apply the philosophy of that statement in all aspects of your life, and they can really help you. When people try to provoke you, when people try to make you angry, and you get angry, you actually realize that no, actually, they can't make you angry unless you allow them. Because it's you that becomes angry. It's not them. They can do whatever they do. If you decide that, you know what, I'm going to be strong and I'm not going to allow anything to get to me, you actually be able to prevent other people from making you angry. Like, that is possible. Because it's your mind that bends. They can do whatever. They are not supposed to make you angry. You see, it's you that allows them to make you angry. It's not really them. By doing whatever they're trying to do to provoke you, they're actually asking for your permission to anger you. You see? So if you don't allow them, then they won't be able to make you angry. So you can apply the philosophy of this statement in all aspects of your life, and it will help you. There are people who believe that they suffer from mental illness. I often tell these people that you do not suffer from a mental illness. They lie to you. We live in a world where we are being conditioned to see things the same way. We are all supposed to be the same. Why are we all supposed to be the same? So that we'll be easy to control. They cannot control us if we're ourselves. If each and every person is unique, how are you going to be able to control them? So you're supposed to make them behave the same way. And those that don't behave the way that you want them to behave, you have to make them feel like they are sick. Be yourself. View the world the way that you view it. You see, take yourself seriously. One of the biggest problems is that you want approval from other people. You see, that's one of the biggest problems. So when you see the world a certain way, you ask yourself if other people are viewing it the way that you're viewing it. You see? You want to view the world the same way that other people view it, instead of understanding that you are yourself. You are unique. And because you are unique, you must view the world as you. You see? We live in a world where we're supposed to be controlled, where we're supposed to, see things the same way, where we're supposed to do the same things, where we're supposed to be slaves. People will not be slaves if they were themselves. You cannot control people who are themselves. It's not possible. So you have to condition all of them to think the same way. That's how you are able to control them. It's easy to control people when they are the same. That is why people are not encouraged to be themselves. Are people being encouraged to be themselves? Have you realized that people who are themselves are hated in our society? Some of them are believed to be crazy. Oh, look at Kanye. Look at how he's dressed. He's crazy. Something's wrong with that guy. You could be a genius. And people are still going to think that you're crazy because you don't behave like them. See, they want you to be like them. Because that's how they've been programmed since they were young. They don't understand that some people are really themselves. They didn't get brainwashed like them. They don't even understand that they are brainwashed. So when they see you and you are yourself and you are seeing the world the way that you see it, if you are seeing the world accurately, they think there's something wrong with you. You see? Only try to realize the truth. There is no mental illness. Even if you don't feel okay, this world is fucking crazy. Think about this. You were born in this crazy world without your consent. That is a big deal. I don't think people really understand how big of a deal this is. You were born in this crazy world without your consent. You didn't choose to be here. And you're supposed to do a lot of things that this world demands you to do. How are you supposed to feel okay? How are you supposed to be okay with that? You're not supposed to be okay with that if you are smart. You're not supposed to be okay with that. If you are able to see the world as it is, you're not supposed to be okay with that. You're supposed to be questioning everything. Why do I gotta do all these crazy things that other people are doing? I think there's something wrong with doing the things that other people be doing. You've got to take yourself seriously and understand that not loving this world has nothing to do with suffering from a mental illness. It has everything to do with seeing the world accurately. People have been brainwashed for real. This is not a lie. This is not a conspiracy. Kids get brainwashed when they are young to view this world a certain way. That is not a lie. That is not a conspiracy. That is truth. They are supposed to view the world the same way, for real. So if you are different, if the brainwashing doesn't work on you, and you end up being yourself, what do you think they will do? They will make it seem like you are just crazy, you see? Because you're not like everyone else. You can't be right. You can't be the only one that is right. You see? And that's what's crazy, because the majority of people have been wrong throughout history. There's always been a few group of people that were right. Because people are delusional. I saw this post on Facebook. It said something like, if you find yourself in the majority, you must doubt yourself. Because the truth is, throughout history, the majority was always wrong. It was usually the minority that was right. So you can't be following other people. If you are really interested in truth, you can't be following other people. You've got to value your own opinions, because people ain't seeing the truth. People have been brainwashed. They are not even themselves anymore. That is why you must take yourself seriously. People ain't even themselves anymore. Why would they think you're crazy for thinking for yourself? For seeing the world as it really is, for questioning everything? Don't you see that there's something wrong with that? Why would they say that you're crazy if you're not feeling okay in a world that is this crazy, in a world that is this sick, in a world that you didn't even ask to be born into, where you're just supposed to be doing the things that this world demands you to do? You're not supposed to be feeling okay. You're supposed to be like, nah, man, fuck that. I don't want to do all these crazy things that, you're saying I must do. No way. Something's wrong. You're actually supposed to be like that. People will be telling you that they're sick. People will be telling... You know what I've realized? Some people actually feel better when they believe that they suffer from mental illness. Am I wrong? Some people actually feel better when they believe that they suffer from mental illness. Oh, I have depression. People don't understand what it's like to have depressive, that depression is yours. Oh, you have it. It's yours. You were born with it. You don't understand your own power. You don't understand your own intelligence. You're not supposed to be feeling okay. This world is crap for real. This is not a lie. This is not a conspiracy. This world is crap. Come on, man. Like, you have to see things as they are. This world ain't right. You've been lied to. Your depression is only showing you that something is wrong with this fucking world. That's what your depression is showing you. It's not your enemy. There's nothing wrong with depression. Be fucking depressed. Wake up in the morning and cry. Fuck it, it's good. Why shouldn't you cry when you live in a fucked up world? Because things ain't right in this world, man. A lot of things that are happening ain't right, for real. You know, people are stupid as fuck. People be making stupid decisions each and every day. People can't even think for themselves. You're not supposed to be okay with that. You're supposed to be angry at that. You're supposed to be angry at how they try to brainwash you. You're supposed to be angry at that. You're not supposed to be happy. You're not supposed to be happy that you're not supposed to be yourself, you know, because they don't want you to be yourself. You're not supposed to be happy with that. You're actually supposed to be angry at that. There are a lot of things that are happening in this world that should actually make you angry. If these things are not making you angry, then something is wrong. You see? There are a lot of things that are actually happening that are supposed to make you angry. If you are numb, something is wrong. If you are behaving like a robot, something is wrong. If you can't think for yourself, something is wrong, because as a human, you're supposed to be able to think for yourself. If people ask you a question, what do you think about this? You must be able to tell them what you think. And it mustn't be something that you've heard, you know, other people saying. No, it must be something that you think. You see, you must have original thoughts. As a human, you must have original thoughts. Schools are supposed to kill our ability to think for ourselves, our ability to create original thoughts. Because people who are able to create original thoughts become very powerful in this world. They ain't gonna accept things that are not good for them. That is why people who are actually able to think for themselves are dangerous. They're gonna question everything. If they're supposed to do things that are actually stupid, they'll be questioning that. Why do I gotta do this? I think this is stupid. In a world where we're being controlled, that isn't allowed. You're not supposed to be questioning what is going on for real. You're supposed to be complying. You see, you're supposed to be doing what you are being asked to do. You're supposed to be a good citizen. So they will try their best to convince you that you suffer from mental illness if you are not feeling okay. They don't want you to realize that, no, it is not me that is sick. It's the world that is sick. They don't want you to realize that. When young people end their lives, it's their fault. Or it's depression, it's mental illness. It's not the world. Now, the world is perfect. The world is so perfect that no normal human being would actually want to leave this world. If a person wants to leave this world, it means that they suffer from a mental illness. The truth is, this world is trash. And things ain't working out. You've just been lied to. Things ain't working out. You're not okay. You're not okay with the bullshit that is going on in this world. Just that, yeah, as a human, you are resilient. That's something that you must understand about yourself. As a human, you are resilient. Very, very resilient. So a lot of crazy things really do happen in this world, and you still remain strong because you are resilient as a human. But the truth is, you're not okay. You're not feeling okay because there are a lot of crazy things that are happening in this crazy world. There are a lot of things that are happening that you don't want to see. There are a lot of things that are happening that you know ain't happening for you. A lot of things that are happening that you know what? Things ain't going to get better for me when these things are happening. You live in a really, really crazy world. You live in a world where you are being abused in ways that you do not even understand. You are being abused. You have to understand that children getting sent to school, that's abuse. I don't think people even realize that. That is abuse. They get sent to school, get thrown in one class, bully one another like crazy, get brainwashed in all kinds of ways. They're not even allowed to think for themselves. They're supposed to ask for permission to go and eat, to go and shit, to go and pee. That's abuse. They're throwing this fucking prison and they're not supposed to perceive it as a prison. That is abuse. And they have to grow up like that because they're being conditioned to be slaves. That's fucking abuse. All right? That is abuse. So people end up suffering from depression and they think there's something wrong with them because they're supposed to be okay, because the world is perfect, because that's how they've been conditioned to think. No, it is not you that has a problem. It is the fucking world. Depression is only showing you that this world is fucked up. Something is wrong with the world. You see? So you gotta wake up and open your eyes. See things as they really are. Otherwise, you're going to continue to suffer. If the world is trash, the world is trash. And you're supposed to see that. You're not supposed to be ignorant of that. You're supposed to see that. You're supposed to acknowledge that actually, no, something is wrong with this world for real. Something is wrong with people going to work every morning. Something is wrong with people competing in this rat race. I mean, who are they living their lives for? Do they even know? I mean, if they were not slaves, would they have to wake up every morning and go to work? Go back home tired as fuck just to survive? If they were not slaves, would they have to be doing that? No, they wouldn't have to be doing that. They're only doing that because they're slaves. So if you're doing that, you're not supposed to be okay. If you're being forced to study garbage, you're not supposed to be okay. Lots of things that students are being forced to study ain't even good. They're not studying things that are actually good for them. They're just getting brainwashed. It gets to a point where they can't even think. There are a lot of people that I know that are educated that cannot think. You talk to these people and you're like, what the hell is going on? And some of these people were smart. I have friends that when we were young, they were super smart, man. Couldn't even be debating with these people. I always felt like, yeah, these people are smart, man. What can I do to be like them? Because they do not lose debates. Like, they're on another level. I can't do what they do. And now I look at them and be like, what the fuck? Because of school. School kills our ability to think. It's just that not everyone allowed themselves to get brainwashed. Some people were like, nah, fuck this shit. Something is wrong. They didn't believe what they were being taught blindly. They questioned everything. I remember questioning the theory of evolution when I was in grade 12. It's like, no, I don't believe that. I believe aliens altered our DNA. I believed that before I read about the Sumerian tablets. It just made sense to me. I was like, I think aliens actually altered our DNA. I was so crazy that there's this day that I actually wrote that. They asked me what I think about evolution. That's what I wrote, and my teacher gave me 0 because I was actually supposed. You see, that's what I'm telling you, that, they do not allow you to think for yourself. I was supposed to write what Charles Darwin thinks, actually. I wasn't supposed to write what I think. I remember the teacher actually asked the whole class if I was okay. I was chilling at the back, like, hey man, that's what I think. But I always had a problem with school, with the idea of school. I've always had a problem with getting brainwashed because I was always able to think for myself. I was able to think for myself. I was able to question everything. If I felt like something wasn't right, I was able to question that. I didn't just go along with, everything. I questioned everything. So I always found myself having problems with my teachers because of that. But that's a good thing. You're supposed to ask the most important questions. If you keep on doing that, you will expand your, consciousness. You will regain your ability to think for yourself. Because there ain't that many people in this world that are able to think for themselves. Some people are scared to think for themselves. Some people are scared to acknowledge how they feel. I know a lot of internatally, so I'm not able to talk about antinatalism. You gotta trust yourself enough to be able to talk about how you really feel, because that's how you really feel. You know what I've told myself? I don't care if I'm hated by people that I don't think are as smart as me. I'm not gonna allow this matrix to control me, to keep me in a state of fear. Because people will hate you when you speak the truth. But ask yourself, are you hated by people that are actually intelligent? Are you hated by people that are actually free? You know what that's like? It's like if everyone got infected by a zombie virus, right? And they turn into zombies. And you were the only one that was still human. And because you were the only one that was still human, you wanted to be like them. You wanted to be like the people that have turned into zombies. That's what it's like. It's you want approval from other people. You want approval so much that you don't even realize that people are fucked up. People are dumb as fuck. People are not, acting right. Something's just wrong with them. You want approval so bad that you think that them thinking that there's something wrong with you means that is true because they are mean. No. People do not think for real. I know what I'm talking about. People do not think. Try to have deep philosophical conversations with people that are in your life. You'd realize that people do not think. You don't have to talk to them about something that's controversial. You don't have to talk to them about, antinatalism, religion. You can talk to them about anything. Talk to them about life. What do you think life is? Where do you think will come from? And you realize that people do not think. Because we're supposed to be thinking about this stuff. I mean, what do people even think about? You ask a person, where do you think will come from? And they can't tell you. So you're like, wait. What do you think about? I mean, if you do not think about that, what do you think about? Have you just filled your head with lots of nonsense? Is that what you think about? Nonsense? You don't question your reality? You don't question what is going on in this world? Nah, everything is cool. Everything is fine. See, people do not think. So if people do not think, you cannot take them seriously. You have to take yourself seriously because you know that you can think. That is why you must trust yourself. You know that you have the ability to think. You know that you have the ability to question what is going on in this world. You have that ability, so you must trust yourself. You mustn't be trusting people that cannot even think for themselves. People that don't even seem like they can think. The truth is, there's nothing. The truth is, you do not suffer from mental illness. It has nothing to do with that. You are just in this crazy world. And you're supposed to deal with a lot of things in this crazy world. Thank you.